Okay, so our standard is a 3rd grade through 5th grade technology standard. And the first one is that students will be able to discuss basic issues related to the responsible use of technology and information. And then they'll also be able to identify the consequences of inappropriate use. And then our second standard is that the students should be able to identify the impact of technology, such as social networking and cyberbullying, and that they'll be able to know what that means on a personal level and also on a societal level. And so our board game goes along with those standards because we have specific key terms that students have to know by the end of the lesson, and those are represented by some of the cards in the board game.
Alright, so for our board game, every player is going to get a little bottle cap for their piece, and they're going to start on spot 1, which has a QR code. Each group will receive an iPad to scan. The QR code takes them to a brain pop video that supplies more background information on the topic so that can help them answer the questions. So they're going to draw a colored card which has a number of how many spaces they can move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they will land on a spot that does not have a chute, they have the opportunity to answer a question which allows them to stay on this spot. Our questions consist of positive and negatives, true and false, and scenarios. So I'll draw and I have to figure out if this is positive or negative. So Julie joins an anonymous online chat room and makes friends with people who seem to be her age, but she has never met them before. So I can assume that this is a negative scenario because Julie is talking to strangers online and I would get to move my spot. If you move enough spaces to land on a ladder, you'll move up the ladder. If you move on spaces that take you to the top of a chute, you'll go down. We also have QR codes scattered throughout the board, and if a student lands on the QR code, they'll scan it with the iPad, watch the video, and answer a question specific to the video, and that if they answer it correctly, they'll get to go again.
So once the lesson is over, the teacher will facilitate a discussion using Poll Anywhere, where the students will be able to give their opinions and answer questions about the game that they just played. Once that is over, they will be doing a quiz from BrainPop, which is the original QR code, and the quiz is going to be basically a wrap-up of everything that they learned just to make sure that they are on level with what was being taught.